Hey, what's up Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and I have an addiction. I am addicted to headphones. Somehow I got caught up in the whole audiophile craze and I just started going nuts and just buying all the headphones in sight. And I found these on Mass Drop thanks to Logan over at Tech Syndicate. Yeah, thanks Logan.
No, seriously, thanks.
So now I spent more of my money and I got another set of headphones. But at least it's a new brand I've never used before called AKG. I've heard they're really good and I got a killer deal on them from Mass Drop. So I guess we better take them out of the box and add them to the collection.
Man, I'm seriously running out of room on my head.
Why do I buy so many headphones? Why? Alright guys, well here we have them. It's the K612 PRO headphones by AKG. Well, technically it says by Harman, but AKG, these are awesome headphones. I found these on Mass Drop, which is a new site that I recently found that does like bulk buying discounts, and I got them for a really good deal. I think I paid like 150 or 160 bucks with them, which was like, $20 to $40 under retail on Amazon. So I thought that was a really, really good deal, so I had to jump at them, and they are incredibly stylish looking headphones. I was more drawn to the aesthetics than anything else, but I've seen a lot of AKG headphones worn by YouTube producers and other streamers and stuff like that, and I know that they're considered a very, very good headphone for the most part. Now, I'm not new to headphones. Like you guys saw in the intro there, I have Sennheiser HD800s are my super high-end phones. Then I dropped down to Hi-Fi Man HE500. I have a Baradynamic MMX300 gaming headset that I'm very partial to. I also have Audio-Technica ATH700Xs. Really, really good pair of headphones for the money. And each one of them brings something to offer, whether it be in the form of comfort or sound or listening environment, being a closed ear versus an open ear. I find that headphones are just a very, very versatile thing, and that's why I like to have a lot of them. I'm starting to think that I have an addiction like my wife does to purses and shoes, it's pretty easy to get wrapped up in. So all the testing that I'm going to be doing on these headphones today, I'm going to be using my Woo Audio WA7 Fireflies tube amplifier, and I'm also going to be using my digital headphone amplifier. It's an Objective 2 amp and DAC by Mayflower Electronics. I absolutely love this headphone amp. You guys should check it out. I'll put a link to both of these in the description of the video. But honestly, I think they sound very, very similar, and the Objective 2 actually puts out every bit the power that the WA7 does. So if you want to save some coin, go this route. If you want something beautiful on your desk sitting next to your $10,000 MacBook Pro and you want it to look shiny, I mean, it doesn't get much more beautiful than the WA7, but, pick your poison. Now, the features on these headphones, it says the type, they're open back, that's fine. They've got 101 dB sensitivity, frequency range of 12 Hertz to 39,500 Hertz. They're rated 120 ohms, max input power 200 milliwatts, not bad. And it's got a 3-meter single-sided oxygen-free cord. Okay, that's awesome. And it also comes with the connectors so you can adapt it to both the small and the large plug. That's what I would expect to get from something like this. All right, let's open this bad boy up and liberate it from its box. All right, we got our 3D printed Nerd Cave unboxing knife, so let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. It's all nice and sealed, I like that. Really nice. So just as you'd expect, sleeve comes off, and you got a box here that says expect. All right, well, expect some headphones hopefully. And it looks like it's got the front opens. Oh, it's actually velcroed. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It's rare to see a velcroed box. Let's go ahead and flip that open and slide that back. And here we have the headphones. And it looks like they came dislodged from their area in shipping, but not a big deal at all. That's to be expected. Let's go ahead and pull those out and set them down. There is nothing else in the box there. Oh, it looks like we got here, what is this? This is the warranty card. All right, let's go ahead and set that aside. Put this back in the box. Now, since it is a nice box, I'm going to try not to destroy it. I'd like to hang on to it. So this is what you get in the box, and it looks like the plastic's a little bit roughed up, and it's not sealed, so I just want to inspect this really quick and make sure that these are actually brand new. And looking up in here, it says, of course, made in China. It's got a made in China sticker on it. I don't see any scratches. I don't see any damage anywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and say that these are absolutely brand new. These are not refurbished, which I did suspect that they might be given, the discount that I got. First impressions, just holding them in my hand, they are incredibly lightweight. I mean, if I was going to compare them to something, I'd say they're as light as my little Bose headphones that I have. And they're as light as like the Audio-Technica ATH 700Ds. Which is strange because it's got this leather strap along the top, and you can see that these are clearly like little aluminum looking plates. I'm starting to think those are probably plastic. I can't imagine those are metal because of how light these are. They don't seem, particularly flimsy, like they're going to break or anything, but definitely they have that light feel to them. But let's be honest, you don't really want heavy headphones, especially if you're gaming. I have the HD Man 500s, or HE 500s. They weigh a ton. If you turn your head really quick, the headphones got to catch up with your head. That's how heavy they are. So having a light headphone for extended wearing periods is pretty important. All right, so the cable's hard connected to it. It's not a detachable cable, but it is a pretty long cable, which is nice. And it's a very, very rubbery cable. It looks like it bends. It's very, very flexible. I have headphones that have very stiff cables on it. And it's got the adapter on the end. And the cool thing is the adapter actually screws on. That's cool. Most of them just pop on, and then when you pull it out of the amp, it pulls the plug. So the plug actually screws onto it so that it feels like it has a genuine large style connector. I believe this is the 1/4 inch. All right, let's see how comfortable these guys are. You can see they're clearly marked left and right, so you know which ears to put them over. And when I put it onto my head right here, I haven't done any adjustment yet. I'm not even sure, are they even adjustable? Oh, it looks like they are. They actually, this part slides up and down, and it's actually tensioned, so it actually just adjusts to anybody's head when you first put it on. And I have to say, those are remarkably comfortable. Just putting them on my head right now, I can tell you that they're a lot more comfortable than most of my headphones. I would say they're even more comfortable than the Sennheiser HD 800s. The weight is awesome. It's very, very lightweight. I feel like I can really whip my head around fast, and they're not moving on me too bad. And I feel like the tension on my ears is very, very light, but I don't feel like they're drooping or falling off, which is really, really important. Some of my headphones, they feel like they're so heavy, you have to put a lot of weight on the top of your head to hold them in place. These pinch your head just right. And you can see the cups all pivot around in all angles, and the cups are so large that when you put it over your ear, I don't feel it touching the top or the bottom of my ear. My ear is truly free-floating inside of the cup, which is what I prefer. I don't like anything touching my ears if I can avoid it. It also depends on the headphones. More compact headphones tend to contact your ear more, but these are very, very large, and they feel very, very comfortable. All right, well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this review. Do they sound good or don't they sound good? So I'm going to go ahead and listen to some music, and we'll draw a conclusion. All right, guys, I've got some royalty-free music to play right here. I've got Exhilarate by Kevin MacLeod. This actually has a fair amount of bass in it, and it's a very, very loud song, so I figured this would be good to test these out with. So we're going to go ahead and start at about half volume on the Fireflies. And you can probably already hear that. That's actually quite loud, so these are a very sensitive headphone. If I was running the same amount of power through like the HE 500s, I'd probably get about half this volume. So they're a very, very loud headphone. And the bass actually sounds really good and tight. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up. Okay, that's an uncomfortable listening volume right there. You could literally just set these on your desk and use them as speakers. They sound really, really good. Let's go ahead and try, I want to try something with a little bit more bass. Okay, this is Breakdown by Kevin MacLeod. That's a lot of bass. This song has a lot of really deep bass, string bass. The bass is very tight, and it actually hits really deep. I would have to say that next to the HE 500s, for being an open ear headphone, these actually produce the cleanest and deepest bass that I've heard. That's actually pretty remarkable, because one thing I noticed is the open ear headphones tend to really be lacking in the bass department. These actually have really, really tight, deep sounding bass. I mean, it shakes your head pretty good. All right, I'm going to switch over to the objective amp, and I want to see how they sound. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the adapter. So this is the objective headphone amp. I did notice with these particular headphones, the WA7 Firefly does seem to push more power overall and give you more volume, but it's very, very minor difference. So this is the first time that I've done a test between the two where I've noticed a significant volume increase between the WA7 and the Objective 2. But both of them can drive these to the point they're going to make your ears bleed. Now, the width of the sound, like a lot of headphones, especially open ear headphones, you get this really broad sound that you almost can't tell where the sound is coming from. It's so broad, it sounds like you're listening to speakers. These do a really good job of that, not as good as some of the higher end stuff. I feel like the sound is in closer to my head, but it doesn't feel like it's smashed right up against my ears like it does with closed ear headphones or some of the cheaper headphones that I've tried in the past. They do sound remarkably good though. The mids and the highs are completely clean. I'd say that these are actually really well-rounded headphones. All the way from the deepest bass all the way up through ear-piercing treble. They actually seem to do a very, very good job. And I find that with most of the headphones, they usually have a sweet spot where they do a really good job. These seem like they just do a remarkable job throughout the entire range, and I really like that. Alright, well I'm going to go off camera for a little while and I'm going to listen to some uncompressed, really, really high bitrate audio. I just can't play it here on YouTube because of copyrights and all that stuff. But then I'll come back with my final verdict. Well guys, I ended up testing the headphones all night and going back and forth between the two amps, and I even played with it today. I mean, that's why I'm wearing a different shirt. I mean, literally it's a new day. Usually I don't have that much time elapsing in my videos, but I was really intrigued by these because, one, they're not very expensive. They're under $200 for a pair of headphones that are actually really, really quite good. And the other thing is they are remarkably comfortable. This little design system with these tension straps, it's like one size fits all. You don't have to adjust anything. You just get the cans over your ears, let go, and it just gently hugs your head, but it doesn't feel like it's loose at all, and it doesn't touch your ears. I really like that. But the sound quality is phenomenal. I love the sound on these. I actually like the sound on these better than my Barodynamic MMX 300s, which are a closed ear headphone. And I feel like these produce almost as much bass as they do, which for an open ear headphone is crazy. And all the rest of the sound range sounds good also. And the power handling is great on them. They handle a lot of power. I could max out both amps without having a lot of distortion. Now granted, the volume was so high it'd probably make your ears bleed, but there wasn't a lot of distortion and the sound was still very, very clean. Now, the closest headphones that I would compare these to, after going through all this, would be the Audio-Technica ATH 8700Xs. These are the closest headphone that I have to these, in that they're similar design. They're both very, very lightweight. These are both incredibly lightweight headphones, and they're designed as such. And they both have very, very comfortable ear pads. But I'm going to give the edge to the AKGs because, one, I've never liked these little things, the way that they hold your head on the Audio-Technica. It always feels like they're slouching down, and it feels like they're at an angle. They only twist this way. They don't pivot. Right, so unless you have a ridiculously huge head, they don't feel comfortable. So I give these for comfort. These are my most comfortable headphones I own right now. The other thing is, these put out more volume for the same amount of power. So if you hook these both then to my amps and you pump them to 50%, you probably get another 10 to 15% higher volume. Maybe even 20% higher volume with these. So if you need a headphone that's going to work with like your iPod or your iPad or something like that, the ATH 8700Xs, they're not going to be super loud, but they're going to be comfortable listening level. These, you're not going to get enough power. I plugged them into my iPhone and maxed out at 100% volume. If you were in a quiet room, it would be the low side of a comfortable listening level. But if you were on a bus or you were in any area even with ambient fan noise, it's not high enough volume to cancel it out. So if you get these, you really do need a headphone amplifier. You need to make sure that you have a sound card or something like that that puts out a fair amount of power, because your mobile electronics like your iPad and your iPhone, they're not going to cut it for power in these guys. But I do have to say again, I was truly shocked by the audio quality. I love the aesthetics of these things. I do like the build quality. I wish they had a detachable audio cable, but in this price range, that's actually fairly rare from what I've observed. But I do really, really love the comfort and the sound quality, and those are the two highest ranking things on my list when I'm looking at a pair of headphones to use. So these are probably going to end up being my new go-to headphones. Don't get me wrong, the Sennheiser HD800s sound phenomenal, and the reproduction of sound is brilliant, but they are lacking in the bass department. And these cover up that gap and they give me that bass while not taking everything away from the high end and the mid, which is something that I really, really like. So they are a very well-balanced headphone. And they work with all music great. I was listening to dubstep, I was listening to country music, I was listening to really high bitrate, some really old stuff. It all sounded great. So these are a very, very good, well-rounded headphones. It's the AKG K612 Pros. Check them out. They usually go on Amazon. You can find them for under 200 bucks, like 160, 170 bucks. I found these on Mass Drop. I think I paid 140 during a group buy. So, you know, you might see them pop up again for a deal like that. But honestly, for the price, you're not going to find a more comfortable headphone with this performance point. So guys, I hope this video gave you a nerdgasm. Till next time.
Seriously, don't judge me.
I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys.